So welcome. Welcome to our Live, Laugh, and Love, or Laugh, Live, and Learn Coffee with an Elder series. It's a 6-part series brought to you by the Special Diabetes Program for Indians grant with collaboration from Community Health as well as the Niigaandiwin Education Program or Department. This evening, we'll have with us Maanyaan and Endanawas, who will be nurturing our bodies, minds, and spirits with the teaching on smudging. Miigwech Maanyaan, miinwaa for joining us tonight. Really excited to be here and really honored for that. I'll turn it over to you, Mindy.
Great. All right. Well, we hope you all had the time to get your favorite cup of something warm, and we just welcome you to the sacred Zoom space. And we would like to start our time off together in a good way. So at this point, I'm going to turn it over to Maanyaan to start us with a Niigaandiwin, and then from there, we'll have Marlene Gasco, who's our community health wellness advocate, take us through a short grounding breathing exercise before Maanyaan provides us with the teaching on smudging. So, miigwech.
Ani bozo kinawea. Masaya mikisi wajot bidaske kwendigo wabshindo dem. Jimni donga gnona nango jina. Miigwech wilk. Kaje nanagduin miguing nango. Kina king. Kinawen ching. Miigwech will kinagego gabgidnang and causing nango. Najem do which mean we quam again. We may not magain when the Giabe meme opposite jikode sagjane. Kinashkunaгаning meme managiagic. O quejminus now we be with the Maanyaan nango with bad the mang manda. Kichitomshkike and causing with Quenes game.
Watch.
Do you want me to translate that?
That would be wonderful if you would.
Okay. So I introduced myself with my Anishinaabe nosewin, and my Anishinaabe nosewin is shining eagle woman who walks beside, shining eagle who walks beside women who bring sunshine. And I'm of the Martin clan. Martin clan is like a caregiver in the community, one who watches and protects. So I thank the Creator for this day, for watching over all of us and giving us what it is that we need. And I asked him to pray over the ones that are hurting or that are sick and suffering out in our community everywhere it is happening. And to watch over us this evening as we learn about the medicines and the smudging.
Miigwech Maanyaan, that was beautiful, and miigwech for translating for us as well. Before you begin on your teaching on smudging, we're going to turn it over to Marlene now for a grounding exercise to start us out in a good and grounded way.
All right. Hi, everybody. My name is Marlene Gasco, and like Mindy had mentioned, I am the community wellness advocate, for those of you that don't know. We're going to go through some breathing exercises, because what a way to start, especially with our subject that we have tonight with smudging. We really just want to get grounded and just find our center in that tonight. So if you have your shoes on, take the shoes off. If you have any socks on or whatever, plant your feet nice and planted. If you're sitting in a chair, sit towards the front of it and just sit up nice and tall. You can stand if you want to, or you can sit, either way. But we're going to do, like I said, we're just going to go through some nice, easy breathing exercises. These are some Tai Chi moves and stuff like that we've done in the past and stuff. And like I said, we just want to ground ourselves, get everything centered and everything else like that to enjoy this wonderful presentation that we're about to take part in. So I just want you to kind of clear your mind a little bit. Go ahead and close the eyes if you want to. Just kind of relax the hands down at the side here. And we're going to do a couple inhale and exhales. And as you inhale, you're going to inhale through the nose nice and deep. And then we're going to exhale nice and slow out the mouth. And again, inhale nice and slow through the nose. Nice big deep breath. And then exhale. I want you to take your, place your hands on your belly here. You're going to feel that nice deep breath. And as you take this inhale, I want you to inflate that belly and make it nice and round like Santa's belly here. So we're just taking a nice big inhale. Feel that belly expand, and then exhale. Feel that belly not deflate for you. And again, inhale nice and slowly. Get a nice big breath in, and then exhale. Again, go ahead and relax the hands down to the side. We're going to get some arm movement in here. We're going to inhale, and as you inhale up, you're going to raise the arms up. You're going to push the palms to the sky. So inhale up, arms up. And then exhale, turn those palms down to the floor. Nice and easy. Again, inhale up. Palms up to the sky. And then exhale, palms down to that floor. Okay, we're going to form a little ball in front of you. You're going to place your right hand on top and your left hand down at the bottom there. And all we're going to do is we're just do a nice big inhale. And then exhale. We're concentrating on this ball that's in front of you. This is your center. This is your energy that you have here. So what we're going to do is we're going to just push that energy. So just kind of push that negative, any other energy other than positive, and pull back that nice positive energy. So as you inhale, and you're going to inhale, push away. And then you're going to exhale, pull all that good positive energy, all those good thoughts, all those good vibes to you. And push away again. Inhale. Push that energy away. Exhale, pull all that good stuff back to you. Okay, we're gonna take our energy over to our right side. So just do a nice easy inhale. Move that energy over to that right, and then exhale back to center. We're gonna switch our hands. Put your left hand on top now, and that right hand's gonna be on the bottom. We're gonna take that energy over to the left. So inhale, move that energy over to that left, and then exhale. Bring it right back to center. We're going to do a nice big inhale again. As you inhale, you're going to take your arms, you're going to move your arms and palms away. So a nice big inhale. Stretch out those hands away from each other, and then exhale. Bring that energy right back to center for you. One more time, inhale up. And then exhale down. We're going to switch our hands again. Right hand on top, left hand on the bottom. Nice big inhale. And then exhale. Again, inhale. Nice and big, and then exhale. We're going to turn our hands on the side of our energy here. We're just going to open our palms nice and wide. Open that chest. Inhale. Big arm span, then exhale. Bring everything back to center. Inhale again. Nice and big, and then exhale, come back. You're going to place your left hand over your chest and the right hand over on top. And again, we're going to do a nice big inhale. And then exhale. You're going to switch your hands, right hand on top, or I'm sorry, right hand down, left hand on top. Inhale again. And then exhale. Slowly drop those hands down to the side. And one more time, we're going to inhale, lift our arms up, palms up to that ceiling or that sky. And then exhale, nice and slowly down. All right, so hopefully you guys are all centered. You've got the energy flowing, got the blood flowing. Over to you, Maanyaan.
Gee, miigwech, Marlene. I know we all appreciate getting a nice stretch. I know I don't do it enough, and breathing, frankly. So we really appreciate starting out in that good way. Maanyaan? The floor is yours. We are ready to receive your teachings. We are so excited.
You're muted. She's muted.
I saw that.
There.
I'm talking away to myself.
I'm like, is it really a Zoom event if someone's not talking when they're on mute? Because I feel like it's not a true Zoom event if it's not a thing.
Oh, sorry about that. Now, so much I'll get started. I'm going to do a teaching on smudging. Smudging is a cleansing for yourself, or it can be a cleansing in a big auditorium. It can be a cleansing in a ceremony. It can be a morning cleanse that you do every morning. Some of us do that. But anyway, it's simple. And I will tell you that you can do it. Everybody can do that because it belongs to each and every one of us. It's just a matter of picking up your medicines and have them in your home or carry them with you. I have a little place in my house that's like, what do you call? There's a little table set up and all my medicines are there. All my smudging material is there. My medicines. And I use them all when I smudge. But sometimes when I'm traveling, I'll stop and visit someone and maybe, they just haven't seen him in a long time and, emotions get high. And so I do have to carry my smudge with me when I'm out and about. And all they need is a smudge, and I usually cleanse them with that smudge. So in your smudge, you don't need every medicine, every mishkike. You can just use what you want, And I know that a lot of people use a sage, and that's good, nishin. But whatever you have at the moment, use that. And I just want to go back a little bit and talk about smudge. Smudge has been around for many, many years. Because I remember as a young person watching my father smudging, and I didn't even really understand it. I just watched, and he would say, "Nuibi nakasige, I'm going to clean up the house." So I didn't say anything. I just watched him, and he walked through the house, and he carried this pot, and there was like smoke coming out of it. And he had his eagle fan, and I watched him go through the house with that and speaking to spirit. And I could understand him as he's walking through the bedrooms, down the stairs, all over. And then there was another time I watched him smudge, and he was doing a smudge outside with the boys. And the boys were pretty young, in their teens, I guess. I was still pretty young, and I was watching from the upstairs window, and the boys were standing in a circle. There was 4 of them, and I watched him smudge them, but this was in a different way. And then after they were smudged, they all came with their Bosch Siganan, their guns, and he smudged those guns up too after he did the boys. you know, and at that time, at the young age that I was, I didn't know what was happening. I knew it was good. But anyway, so I just wanna, that's just to cover that, what I said, smudging has been around for a long, long time, but it was hidden, you know, it was hidden by our people. And we all know the reason why. But I'm not gonna go into that. So we all know our mishkike. That first one in the western direction is your sema, your tobacco. And my grandma used to say, that is your 911. What? I said to her, that's your 911, she said. Get your tobacco, hold it in your hand and pray with it. You don't have to have a big ceremony. That's all you need to do is pray with that tobacco and speak with the creator. And I thought, wow, that sounds so simple. That's how simple ceremony is, she said. And then after that, Sema, in your southern direction, which is Jawanang, and that's where your this one is. Can anybody tell me what that is? Everybody has that around their homes, even at work. Kishik. Kishik. I keep that in the house too, because I can use it in different ways. Even in your smudge, you can use that. So in your western direction, that's where the main smudge that people use these days. This one. And we know what that is. That's your mushroom wash. It's your sage. That's the one they use more frequently these days. And this one, you can all see that one. This is your sweetgrass, and it's called wingash. Wingash in our language. And basically, that's really all you need when you smudge. You can use any one of those medicines. And you don't have to carry this to smudge. You can use your ninjin. Ninjin doesn't cost none. Use your hands. So I asked grandmother to come to the school and teach the kids how to. There's no specific way, she said. But because they were children, she explained to them, you know, how they can smudge. So she told them, you smudge your eyes to see, you know, goodness, good things, and your ears to hear everything that Creator says to us. And we smell with our nose good things, and our mouth, we speak with good things and receive wenshishing, good things for the ears. And she said, you just have to pick up that smudge and roll it over. You don't have to do all different places on your face and then through your body. And for the women, they're supposed to let their hair go, like if it's in a bun or whatever, you just let it go like this straight, and then you smudge that too. And we know what this is all about. So yeah, that's what grandmother did, or grandmother taught the children at school. And it became something they did every morning. The older ones, the grade 5, they took the responsibilities to get things prepared. You know, they had their cloth in the middle and all the medicines and the smudge bowl and the eagle feather. And they would prepare that smudge. The children would. And then everybody would get smudge in the morning, and then there would be a little teaching for them. Also, does anybody have questions so far? Am I going too fast? Anybody want to ask something?
I don't want to take us off on a different direction, but you had mentioned with, I'm thinking the way you put it about the hair, like, you know, if mine was normally in a braid, would you say take it out? And then I don't know the significance of that. So if you have the time or interest in sharing, I'd be very interested.
It's okay if it's in a braid. It's just sometimes things get tangled in our long hair, because this hair is, it has energy too, a healing energy for all women, young women and girls and all of us. So my grandma taught me to let my, I always wear this bun on my head, and she would say, undo your, you know, the way your hair is tied, so we can clean your hair in case something got tangled. You know, anything could get tangled. You know, maybe somebody was upset down the hall, and you know, that type of energy can get tangled in your hair. So that's why we smudge it. But she's never said anything about the braid. But that's a different teaching. Now,
What?
We watch.
oh, okay. We were at a big conference one time, and my grandma was there, and she was, I don't know how to describe her, but anyway, the people that put the conference on, they were afraid to do the smudging. And then she went up and she explained about the smudging and why we do it. And she even called the manager of the place to come down, and he came down and he listened to her. And right during that time, when the smudge was lit and we did the smudging in that auditorium, she gave that to us. It was our responsibility to do it. And so we did it. And then while we were doing that smudging in that room, she prepared her pipe and she did a pipe ceremony right there. And it just went silent, you know. She did her ceremony, and they said it was the first time that they had ever seen anyone do something like that in a big auditorium where you're not supposed to smoke. But she said, I'm not smoking. You know, this is a ceremony I'm doing for all of you and for you to witness, you know, how beautiful it is. So that day it was accepted there. They had to accept it because she did it. So I think that kind of made a lot of people aware of, you know, the smudging that can take place, what can take place with our own traditional beliefs, you know, and the way we do things. And inside this school I was teaching at, it had a big gym, and it was filled with people visiting and students, and this was before a powwow, and it happened there again. And we were told we're not allowed to bring this into the auditorium. But the lady that was, it wasn't me, it was another lady that came in and she smudged. They said, okay, we'll let you smudge, but just a light little, maybe 1 or 2 pieces. So she just did her thing. She didn't go by whatever she was told. She just lit that smudge and she walked through the building and around, and that was that. And, you know, everybody was okay because they said there are people here with allergies and, you know, we don't want them to get sick. Nobody didn't get sick, not even the ones that had allergies. So it's like experiences like that that make you want to learn more about who we are, you know. And like I said, this is ours, you know. All those medicines I showed you, those are ours. The other thing is when you collect your mishkiki and you do the collecting, it's what did he say? It's more meaningful for you when you prepare your smudge because you did the picking, you did the braiding for the sweetgrass and for the sage. And my son started a sage garden in my area in Ontario, and I go down there each summer, not to get the sage, but he'll have it ready. When I go, it'll be ready, it'll roll up, and I come across with that and I tell him, I'm really scared to take this across. And he'd say, no, Mom, it's medicine. It'll protect you when you go across. And I've never been asked what's in that bag or, you know, what are you gonna do with this? So yeah, for me, I try to collect my own stuff. And this past summer, I grew my first Sama, my tobacco, I grew it. So I know that, you know, I did it and it's very sacred to me. I didn't have a whole lot, just enough, you know, and that's good. Even the other medicines, I don't have tons and tons of sweetgrass braids. Some may have been given to me, but I would just make maybe 2 of those braids and it will last me until the next year. So yeah, your smudge is your own. Even when you prepare that in your, mine is in a little, in this is a little frying pan. It's a cast iron one. And I was told that's what they used a long time ago. I don't know when the smudge bowls, the shells started, but I have that one too. It's here somewhere. So I lost what I was saying. I'm sorry. Oh yes. When you do your smudge, you it's just like when you're praying, you have your tobacco and you speak to Creator and you tell them what your intentions are. And then you put that one wherever you want, by the tree, in the water, on the rock. Yeah, any one of those places, by a tree. And then you make your smudge. So this one is something that I put on top of my smudge sometimes. This is a medicine, it's really fine. We picked all those one summer in our medicine wall. And we made the medicine. And this smudge is it's for protection. It's called protection smudge. You know, you can smudge your home, your car, whatever it is that you need to smudge. Anybody have questions?
Maanyaan, could you speak to any of, if there is any protocol around smudging, or if there's something we should be doing or shouldn't be doing for those of us that might not know or need extra teachings on that?
Protocol.
I have a question too.
I think as long as you have the teachings on what it is that you're supposed to do. Smudging is simple. Like I said, you just need your bowl or your little something to burn your medicine in.
What about for Kwewak that are on their moon time?
They can burn the sage. My grandma said sage. Just the sage. Mas cadê eu acho? Just this. Can you see? And this one, when you prepare it, you roll it until it's looks like a little ball, and it'll burn a lot better when it's in your smudge bowl.
You said if you are on your moon time and you are smudging, use sage, but if you are being smudged by someone else on your moon time, while you are on your moon time, should you also only be smudged by sage, or is it okay to be smudged by other things?
I know that in ceremony, you have to wear purple. You know, when you're wearing your dress, you have a strip of purple on the side, and that's what you wear to show that you're on your moon time. And the people who are smudging the area or smudging the people will know because of that strip of purple down the side of their skirt.
Miigwech.
I'm curious. I've heard some teachings of using kijik or cedar during your moon time, or placing it on you when you're on your moon time to let people know that you're on your moon.
Mm-hmm. They even create like a ring or a half moon with the cedar boughs, and that's where those young women or women will sit during whatever it is that they're doing. So everybody knows, they're in their sacred moon time. And they'd be behind that line. You're not allowed to go behind that line that's there, that belongs to them. That cedar line that's there with the boughs. Nobody else has questions, or?
I have a question. Ani Bonjour, Francesca. So I was wondering about if, like in a ceremony or talking circle, is it okay to have 2 smudge bowls going? And if yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Should we start with the first one? Going, on the, or okay. I just wanted to know if it was okay to smudge with
Because
2.
when it's a talking circle, maybe somebody's doing ceremony, so they have their own personal smudge going, and then they have the other one for the participants that are sitting in the circle. So there are 2 going.
Okay. And then I did hear I don't know if it's a Potawatomi thing or whatever, but I heard sweetgrass is a woman's medicine. What do you think about that?
There's many different teachings out there, and I wouldn't say it isn't, or it is. You know, it's all mishkike, but in some teachings there are different ones that women can use. Like maybe the midday people, maybe they use a different teaching compared to the one that our grandmother taught us.
Glitch.
I that makes me just wonder if you have anything to say on, you know, we do encounter different teachings from different people, and sometimes, you know, are conflicting, and yet they're both very true for the people that they're coming from. And I just wondered if you have anything to share with us on that, of kind of how to hold that as someone newer to learning.
We traveled with our grandmother a lot, and we went to many different ceremonies in many different areas, even across here in Michigan and Canada. And she said, so tonight, we're going to this ceremony. And if you're not comfortable, or you don't feel like you belong there, she said, all you have to do is listen to that conductor and take what you need and leave the rest right there. So whatever they're sharing, and if you need it at that time, or you want to use it down the road, then take it with you. But when you take, you have to give, right? What is it that you give? Anybody know what you have to give in return when you take something?
Give it back.
Yeah, I seen Jordan's mouth go sema. Yeah, you offer your sema. You can do it quietly. You don't have to say, I'm going to give you. Just go put it by the tree and say your miigwech.
Maanyaan, I have a question. This is Dorothy. And you may have already touched on this. Is there a time when you should or can harvest plants?
Mostly in the summer.
Yeah,
Because
when
that's
you're
when
there.
you get your sweet grass and your. But the cedar is like all year.
Is it?
You can
Okay, great.
drink cedar all year.
And
Yeah.
does it matter, going off of what Dorothy said, does it matter, or have you been taught, like, it doesn't matter if it's in the day or night, or can it be anytime when
Do
you
what?
harvest? To harvest?
Oh, you have to harvest before the sun goes down. You can't go out there, late in the evening when the sun's going down, it's almost dark. That's not the time to be out there. But any other time you can go out.
Okay. Okay.
So
Yeah,
before dusk, you gotta pick it.
we were also taught, like, this is something, like I said, like you said, everybody has all these different teachings and stuff. And I've had people ask, because my family is really, rich in culture and some of the traditions and stuff. But, anytime I've talked with somebody, I'm like, well, this is what I've been taught. It might not be the same thing as what some other families taught, but we all have a lot of similarities with everything. There's always like this common, denominator with all of it. So it really just kind of depends. But I also, like when we're talking about cedar and stuff, the time frame and that, but I was taught to also always pick on the east side where the sun rises, is always pick on that east side, and make sure that you always offer, if you're going to take that type of stuff, to also give it tobacco and thank them for, providing that medicine and everything else like that. So I always say a prayer, take my sema with me and do, do a little prayer and thank them and stuff like that for what they're, allowing me to take.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, I've heard that one too. There's so much to learn, I still have a lot to learn, but I really, really listened when, I went to ceremonies and when my grandmother taught. And, you know, as old as our grandmother got, she could recognize, I guess. I'd go see her and she'd say, "So how's your light today?" When she first asked me that question, I didn't know. She'd say, "How was your light today?" And I didn't know what to say. And she said, "So is your light dim?" I'd say, "No," because, you know, I didn't know. And she's talking about your light within. You know, did you have a good day or did you not have a good day? So she'd say, "Okay, I know something's bothering me. Come here." And then she'd do a smudge right away as I enter her home, you know. And the other thing she said was, if you are having a difficult day or you've had a, you know, a difficult time, she said to offer your sema before you go in to visit someone. Don't carry your, you know, whatever it is you're carrying inside to where you're going. Just take your sema and offer it and say what you need to say. And I did that for a long, long time, you know, before I went in to teach the kids for the day. I would offer my tobacco every day because I don't want them, the students, the children, to feel what I had to feel over the weekend. You know, I could still be carrying it, and I didn't want them to feel that. So I'd offer my tobacco. I didn't have to do a big smudge. I just offered the tobacco.
Maanyaan, I believe Tony had a question in the chat earlier and on the
Oh.
subject of just talking about summa. She asked which medicines are women's and which ones are for the men. If you could speak on that a little bit, that would be wonderful.
I'm not sure how to answer that because our grandmother never told us this is men's medicine. I know that she talks about the sweetgrass and the sage, and they are different out there when you look. And I know for the sage, I think there's a silvery color on the sage, and that one I believe she said is the men's, and the woman's is like just the plain, like, yeah, it doesn't have anything on it. This is plain. And I'm not sure about the weengush, the sweetgrass, but she did say there was male and female sweetgrass.
Miigwech, Maanyaan. There was another question in the chat too by Rachel. She was asking about what is the best way to take care of ashes when done with smudging.
It's just like tobacco. You go out and you find a place where you're going to put it. Yeah, but you never put it in the garbage. And yeah, you don't put it in the garbage. What's the other one? Oh, when you're traveling and you're in a hotel, you know, you can't, and it says you can't smoke or even light your smudge. This teaching came from an elder, and he said, take a glass of water and put a little bit in the bottom. And I hope you have tobacco. And he said, put it inside there after your intentions. And I asked him, what do I do with what's left? He said, you leave it there in the water all night, and in the morning you drain it, you put it in a cloth or a tissue, and you take it out with you. I didn't know that.
Maanyaan. I think we have time for maybe one or two more questions before we start wrapping up for this evening. Does anyone have another question that they'd like to ask Maanyaan?
Excuse me.
You spoke about SEMA being kind of the 911. I wonder if you had anything to say about the other medicines that kind of times you might turn to them, maybe over the others.
They're all pretty equal, but this one here, your Wingush, this is lit when someone is really struggling, and when you light it and it starts to gives its medicine. That's when you inhale, you start to inhale that, like inhale and exhale, just the way what's her name was teaching us there. Marlene, yeah, that's what you use. And they say that because we carry this around. A lot of people do. I do in my car. It's always in there. And this one, your this one, you of course you can use that at any time, but you can make it as a tea, and you can make it as a bath. For yourself or for anyone in the family. And you can use it in your smudge. Did I forget something? Oh yeah. This one is the same. Your sage, it's probably used more often than the other ones. Like it's the main one that you have in your medicine bags or in your work, at your work.
Maanyaan, there was another question too about, do you have to take off your rings and glasses when you smudge? I know when we've always done smudging and the circle in the government building, when we started our weeks off with those beautiful Niigaandiwin, we'd take our glasses off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we do take like the glasses off, but not so much the rings on your fingers. Yeah, they say that because creator can't see, you, so you have to remove them for a few minutes. Yeah. Yep. But I didn't hear about the rings. You do that when you if you go in a sweat ceremony, you gotta take those off. Earrings, watches, anything metal.
Maanyaan. We really appreciate your time here tonight with us, and miigwech to everyone who shared this space with us tonight. This is our first session of a 6-part series. Amanda, our Ishkakamakwe Kanamage curriculum specialist, shared earlier in the chat a resource guide that she put together that has additional information on these things. I'll resend it I'll put it in the chat one more time since it's at the very bottom too. And we just Chimiigwech, Maanyaan, and Marlene, and everyone who was here today to share this space with us and talk about these medicines. I think now more than ever, it's so important to know our traditional medicines, how they're used, how to take care of our mind, our body, our spirit, and come together, even if it is in a virtual space, to learn about these things and how we can use them to make ourselves be more grounded and follow that Anishinaabe B'Maadizin. Just truly honored and humbled to share this space with you all tonight, and really looking forward to the rest of the series. There is another part to this month's series on the 27th. So a couple of weeks from now, that's on a Sunday, 10 to 11, where we're going to have Warren Petoskey and Delita Smith provide us with some wonderful storytelling, winter storytelling, which is traditional around this time of year when the snow is on the ground. I'm very excited for that too. And we hope that it'll be the same Zoom link. So the Zoom link will stay the same this entire series. So you're more than welcome to come to all of them. We really hope to see as many as you possibly can come. We tried to have this series be at a lot of different days and times to help accommodate for people's schedules, because we know we live in a busy modern world and it's not always easy to make a session during the workday or things like that. And as a reminder too, we do have care packages that we've created for each month of the series. So for February, March, and April. February's is already passed, but there's still openings for the raffle for the care package for both March as well as April. We have 20 packages that we have available. So if you are interested in that, which hope you would, we have lots of cool, fun goodies that are relevant to the topic of the series. You can submit your name, address, and tribal ID to cultural programming. I'll throw that email in the chat as well. Mindy, is there anything you'd like to add?
Just again, Chiimagwech, Maanyaan, and for everyone coming this evening, it's been a pleasure. It made my heart just feel really full to have us all here together in community. And for those that are getting the February raffles, they have been mailed. They are on their way, but there was a little bit of a pause and mailing within the government building, and so we are en route now. So you should be getting your packages, and feel free to join the next one.
Carla, to answer that question in the chat, so the raffles themselves are, because of the grant that they're coming out of, that is for tribal citizens only, but this series itself is open to everyone and anyone who would like to join, that's part of our community. And we did create Google Drive folders of all of the printed materials that will be in each of the boxes, because that's something that's accompanying the raffle packages. And community members, descendants, citizens of other tribal nations are welcome to have those resources.
And there will be, like I know education has information kind of pairing with this evening's topics, and at community health we have some different health and fitness related information as well. So that what will be within that drive, or if you are one of the recipients of the raffle packages, you'll find kind of a rounded presentation of information.
And again, a huge Chiimagwech to Maanyaan. Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and your wisdom with us tonight. We're so grateful, and it was a wonderful discussion. And Chiimagwech to everyone for being here tonight, and also feeling good to share your stories and ask those questions. That's so important, and really appreciate that you feel safe in this space to be able to have those kind of conversations. We hope to see you at more of these series. Chiimagwech.
Miigwech, ladies. I enjoyed it.
Miigwech.
Nice to meet everybody. And I am a tribal member. I'm new to the community. I moved here a couple years ago. So it feels really good to be amongst all of you.
Huh.